Namo Noi Sovayantanam, Namo Noi Sovayantanam, Namo Noi Sovayiriyam, Namo Noi Sovajayam, Namo Noi Sovatrikalavati Savanam, Omkara Mindu Sanyutam Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshadam Che Omkaraya Namo, Manganam Bhagavan Yo, Manganam Uttamam, Mangalam Kunsundari Ujendram Bhusamangalam Namasana Swano Bhutya Jatha Sthiti Sohai Bhavaya Vivaha Yusanidata.
Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikavarti Arantanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikavarti Airyanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikavarti Vajjayanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikavarti Savanam. Eso Panchanamukaro Sarvapavapanasno Mangalarancha Sarvesing Paramam Mangalam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Cheva Omkaraya Namo Namah Namah Samay Saraya Svana Bhutya Chakasate Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Agnanatimirandanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chakshur Namyena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavanta Vargo Omkaranada Jinano Jayavanta Vargo Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavanta Vargo Tirthachara Jagama Jayavanta Vargo Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dvanigivino Jina Kunda Dvaniyapya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Achalane Anupamagati Pamela Sarve Siddhane Vande Kaho Sutta Kevali Bhasita Asamaya Prabrata Are Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Gnana Darasanamaya Khare Kayanyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matranati Are Jamanetrate Majagnana Natikarakanathi Vedakare Jane Jakaram Hodaya Nirajara Bandate Majamokshane Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Sri Siddhatmane Namaha. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Yeah. So we are talking about the substance, the basic nature of substance we are talking. And I need to share the screen, Okay, share the screen. So share the screen in the JSP2. So we are no, 44 onwards. Okay, so we were over here last week. We'll just quickly recapitulate that one. So what's the characteristics of a substance? Means dravya ka lakshan. What's a nature? What's a characteristics? How do one find out that this is a substance only? So to find that one out, there are certain things that is been as prescribed in the literature. So those are the things we are going to talk about. I'm going to minimize this one so we can see more of the slide. So characteristics of a substance is its eternal existence. Remember, when we are talking substance, we are talking about generally all the substances, all the 6 universal substances: soul, matter, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time. All 6 universal substances we are talking. And we are saying, what is the characteristics? Of course, we have gone through all these things in the previous classes and everything. This is from the Tattvat Sutra perspective. Tattvat Sutra is one of the scripture which has been accepted by every denomination of the Jainism. Acharya Umaswati close to 2000 years back created this scripture. The shorter verses are there, and there's number of learned saints thereafter gave the commentary on it and gave the further explanation. So this is the one, it comes in that one. Characteristics of a substance, is its eternal existence. Sat Dravya Lakshanam. Sat means the existence, Dravya means substance, Lakshan means characteristics. So this is very, very important. Sat. Sat means existence. Since how long am I existing? I have eternal existence. There is no substance was created, neither it will be destroyed. Science also proved that there is that the matter can never be created, never be destroyed. It simply changes the form. Water becomes vapor, becomes cloud, becomes snow, becomes water, becomes vapor again. So water, vapor, cloud, snow, all those things are its modes, modifications. But the H2O as a substance is constant. Science has proven that one. When science proved only about the matter substance, Jainism says not only matter, but every substance like soul, matter, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time, they all are eternal in existence. Means it was never created, will never be destroyed, it remains constant forever. Gold is a gold, whether it's in a mine, whether it's a dust, whether it's in impure form, whether it's in a pure form, whether it's in the form of ornament, whether it's a form of a solid gold slab. Gold is a gold all the time. Same way here, every substance has eternal existence. That is very important concept. Then Acharya Bhagavan says, second bullet he says, eternal existence is with origination, cessation, and constancy. This eternal existence that you have it, this eternal existence of the matter particle, atomic particle in this pen, or it is in this recorder, or anything that we see, those eternal existence substance exist along with its origination, cessation, and constancy characteristics. Now, what does it mean? It means the substance is a pure. Substance is eternal. But this eternal substance keeps on changing, keeps on changing, keeps on changing forever and ever and ever. Simple example. A child is born, you give name credit, 1 day old child, 1 month old child, 1 year old child, toddler, the guy who goes to preschool, goes to grade school, goes to high school, goes to college, goes to the residency, he just goes to practice, he retires. All throughout those changes, all through from 1 day old child till he is 68-year-old, since all these things, changes are there, but man means name remains the same. This is just crude example we are giving. Similarly, Substance, eternal substance. It is constant. It is there. If you take soul as a substance, then when this particular soul, and every other soul also, when that soul was in lowest form of life since eternity in the past, and then he comes out of this lowest form of life, and then he becomes one sense, water body, air body, earth body, fire body, plant bodies, all those things, one sense life, then becomes 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents sentient being, 5 cents with the animal, 5 cents being a human, 5 cents being a heavenly soul, 5 cents being the infernal soul. Oh, and also the same soul when he gets liberated and goes to Adobe of Siddha. all throughout this transition, soul substance is constant. It keeps on changing the form from one life to the other life to third life to fourth life, keeps on going and going and going and going forever. Same substance. From one angle, when we are looking, it's an eternal existence. But having eternal existence, it keeps on changing within itself. The modification keeps on changing. For example, the ocean is there. If I'm sitting at the ocean, if I'm flying over the ocean, it's an infinite ocean that I can see. It's there. When I'm sitting on the bank, on the beach, the waves, they come and break, non-stop, day, night, weekend, weekdays, year in, year out. Those waves, they keep on coming and breaking. Nobody creates them. Nobody can destroy them. It's a self-creation, self-destruction of the waves. From the ocean, which is a constant, having the eternal existence, means a long existence, now the waves that created, they remain transient. They came to the beach, broke, again, that gets absorbed into the ocean. Second wave comes, breaks, then gets absorbed into the ocean. Similarly, this says all the substances, the atomic particle in this pen, this atomic particle, infinite particles in this pen, they came together, came in the form of pen. It will remain as a ballpoint pen for about whatever time, and then get destroyed. All the particles get scattered into the atmosphere. Then something else will be created. But atomic particle is the same, did not change. So the origination, cessation, and constancy, that is the nature of the eternal existence substance. So this eternal existence stays along with its origination, disintegration, and constancy nature. Some philosophies believe that soul as a substance is having eternal existence, doesn't do anything else. It's an immutable form. It's unchangeable form. Nothing happens. It stays that way. That's it. Some other philosophies, they believe that soul is a transitory in nature. Origination occurs and cessation, and so the soul which was originated now gets disintegrated. Next moment, another soul gets originated, then gets disintegrated. Third one originates and disintegrates. So some philosophers believe that way only. They don't believe in constancy. Jainism here includes both the things, having eternal existence as well as transitory existence occurring in the same substance. Okay, then we go third one. Third one says eternal existence is with attributes and modes. Means gun parya yuktam sat. The eternal existence that we are describing for a given substance has an infinite modes inside, infinite attribute inside, and each attribute keeps on transforming moment after moment after moment, forever and ever and ever and ever. So eternal existence is along with the attributes which are constant in nature and modes which are transitory in nature. So it is same as this bullet. Origination and cessation is transitory in nature. Constancy is eternal in nature. So what is eternal here? Attributes and the substance. Attributes which are taking support of a substance. So attribute and substance are eternal and modes are transitory. So three ways we are describing a given substance, and when one says first definition, then remaining two are present in it. If we just say Sat Dravya Lakshanam, means Utpadvai Dhrovyuktam Sat, means Gun Parya Yuktam Sat, means eternal existence with origination, cessation, constancy, means the eternal substance has attributes and mode. All those things are part of the same thing, seen with three different ways. And this is the Tattvad Sutra, chapter 5, verse 29. All these three verses are written there. 29, 30, 31, I think that three verses are there. So this gives us again solidification of the idea in our mind that substance is eternal, and in the same substance transformation occurs. This is the soul substance. This soul substance was in the lowest form of life, then to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sense life, human, subhuman, heavenly soul, infernal soul, all those places this soul has gone. So transitoriness means transition occurred in the same substance. So that's a very important take-home point that we have. Now, what does one prove by saying that Sat Dravya Lakshanam? What does Acharya Bhagavan wants to prove over here? He has something in his mind to put this kind of three verses. He did not do it just to confuse us. 2000 years back, he thought that maybe let's put some screwy words and let these people in Phoenix, in this US at the time in 2016, let them get confused. No, he had a very deep meaning behind to put this kind of verses. What does it mean? It says, each substance exists due to self and not due to alien object. Dravya swarup se hai, par roop se nahi. I am existing because of myself. I have a vitality within me, keeps on making me alive for time infinite in the past and will be the same thing time infinite in the future. I'm existing because of myself. I don't exist because of somebody else. I don't exist because somebody else is helping me out. If somebody else is not there, what will happen to me? Well, think about the past history. Is there any worldly affair? It stopped just because somebody was not there. Somebody is there and worldly affair is going on. Somebody is not there and worldly affair comes to standstill and just stops functioning. Did it ever happen? Okay, let's take our friends and family and our parents and grandparents and whatnot. My father was a center of my family. If he's not there, I don't know what I'm going to do. My mom didn't know what she's going to do if my father is not there. And one fine morning, my father died. What happened? Did my mom cease to exist? No. She just changed her nature. She changed her attitude and she just adjusted to the new surrounding. There's a very good example given. If I believe that everything in my family is running because of me, then Acharya Bhagwan said, I'm going to give you a simple example. There's a water running in the, there's a water in a bowl. When I'm putting my finger in that water bowl, that amount of water gets moved away. Because my finger made that water move away. And I believe at that time that because of my finger, the water molecules are remaining in order. As soon as I take my finger out, water readjusts by itself. Water did not take any other time at all. So, if I believe that I am the reason and that's why my family works, I am the reason, that's why my community keeps on working, I am the reason, that's why this country keeps on working, because I'm the president of this country or whatever, nothing stops if I'm there or not there. So that kind of a feeling that I am helping somebody and that's why somebody exists. If I'm not there, how my child would have been grown up? Well, whether you are there or not, child would be growing anyway. So this kind of things that we understand from simple things like this. Simple but deep meaning of this simple sentences makes us understand that I should not take undue rewards that, hey, you know, because of me, something is existing. No, nothing like that. Substance exists due to the self and not due to any other objects of the universe. Then, therefore, one substance can do everything for self and not for the others. Ek dravya bija dravyanu kartu nathi. One substance can do everything for the self. Me as a soul substance do everything for myself. Me as a soul substance cannot do anything for this body. Okay, I took the dinner just now. You mean, do my soul have any capacity to make this food digest? No, it's an automatic body digests the food. Body makes the blood, body makes the waste, body makes the urine. All those bodily function keeps on working because of body, and soul function keeps on going on because of soul. Soul's work body can do, or body's work soul can do. No way, Jose. That's not true. That does not mean that I should not help anybody. Okay, somebody's hungry and I have food, I should share the food. But just because I gave the food, that's why that guy got the food. No, that kind of feeling should get out from my mind. Whole world keeps on working the way it is. I'm simply there doing my own given work. And that's it. I can't help anybody. Nobody can help me. This is a universal principle. It appears that I am a doctor and I helped somebody when he came at middle of the night with a heart attack and I helped him out. It appears that way, but that guy was supposed to get heart attack and he was supposed to get treatment no matter what. For me, it was written that you have to be available to do certain thing for certain patient. That's all it is. I didn't do anything to him. He didn't do anything to me. Everything is autopilot. So, what happens here? This is very good. He can do everything for self and not for the others. Let's say this one. See, I can do everything for the self, and I cannot do anything for the others. Can do and cannot do are present in the same substance at a given time. Two exact opposite things are present in a given substance. I can do something for myself. I cannot do something for others. Those exact opposite, two opposite things are present in a given substance. And that itself is known as multiplicity point of view. So these are the things, this is Anekant, principle of Anekant. This is the root base for Jain philosophy. On this pillar, Jainism stands. Non-violence, non-possessiveness, and multiplicity point of view, the three strongest pillars on which the Jainism stands. So this is the most important point that we have to understand. Multiplicity point of view means a given substance can have two exact opposite characteristics present within that given substance at a given time. I can do something for me, I cannot do something for others. Can do and cannot do, both are exactly opposite. They are present in a given substance. And that's why mutually contradictory attributes present in a given substance is known as Anekant or multiplicity point of view. Mutually contradictory. So this simple thing, Satdravya Lakshanam, when we know it, when we know that substance having the eternal existence, it proves the very, very basic principle of Jain philosophy that a given substance has mutually contradictory characteristics present within. And that is Anekant or multiplicity point of view. Now, let's go further. Now whatever we have done so far, it just is kind of revision and just refreshing whatever we know about. To divide 6 substances in 2 forms, how can I do it? So let's see. So let's see, take this guy somewhere. Let's put it here. Okay. So living and non-living, the two ways we can divide that both the substances. Who is living? Soul is a living element. Who are the non-living? Remaining 5 substances: matter, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time. 5 substances are non-living in nature. How does living and non-living differentiate from each other? Living has a characteristics of consciousness. Non-living has a characteristics of non-consciousness element within. Consciousness means Chaitanya. Chaitanya means knowledge and perception attribute. Jnana and darshan gun. Jnana and darshan gun combined together is called Chaitanya. So Chetna. So living being has conscious element, Chetna, within. Non-living substances, they don't have consciousness, they don't have capacity to know, and they're simply there. So this is major division between the two ways we can divide the substances into. Next one we just see. With form and formless. With form means matter. Matter is seen. This is a pen because I see it. This is a book that I see it. So it has a form. Now, the remaining 5 substances, soul is a formless, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time, they are formless, they cannot be seen with the naked eye. Soul is a formless. So one of my friends in Bombay, he said, Kidba, you are talking all these things, soul, 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 day in and day out. Show me the soul in my hand. I said, if the soul has a form, I can show you, but soul is a formless element that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Naked eye will see or perceive a substance which has a form. Any senses, touch, taste, smell, seeing, hearing, all these 5 senses, they can perceive a substance which has those 5 attributes. So the matter has those attributes, touch, taste, smell, and all those attributes are there in a matter because they are with the form. They have a particular shape, and so they are visible. So with my naked eye, whatever I can see, they are with the form. That means they are matter. That means they are non-living. That means they are not soul. I cannot see or I cannot show you the soul with my eyes, because eyes will show you only the substance which has a form, rupee substance. So formless element cannot be shown with your eyes. You have to have super sensuousness. You have to go beyond your senses to experience the soul, and then you can just say, yes, I understood what the soul is. Right now, what we are talking about soul. Soul is like this, and soul is like that, and soul has elements, and soul has a substance, and soul has attributes, and soul has all those things we are talking, but we have not experienced ourselves. Soul has to be experienced. You have to go beyond the senses with our knowledge to get engrossed within, and that will be self-experiencing, self-realization, samyak darshan, atma nirikshan, atma anubhuti, whatever words you want to use it. So form and formless. Third one, with dynamism property and without dynamism property. This one will be taking a little bit detail when we talk about the attributes, but we'll just, on the passing, we'll just mention what it means. Soul and matter has a capacity to move by themselves. Once again, soul, me, and matter, this pen, has a capacity to move by itself. While remaining 4 means medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time, they're stationary, they don't move. Now, okay, soul moves, probably I can accept. How does the matter move? This pen is over here, and I let it go, pen fell down, and that's why pen is falling, because I let it go. And you are telling here that pen is moving because of its own capacity? Yes. This pen has an infinite matter atomic particles. And those infinite atomic particles, they have their own capacity to move from point A to point B. So at this moment, you can see this pen, right? I think everybody can see, right? Somebody, please. You are seeing it, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can see it. We can see it.
Okay, so this pen has a infinite atomic particles, they have their own modes, modification, and because of this dynamism property of this matter, these particles are supposed to move from point A to point B right now. And at that time, my two fingers became instrumental cause and the pen moved. Movement of the pen, one can say, oh, my fingers were there, that's why it moved. No, it moved because of its own capacity. This is a very radical thought Gurudev Singh Kanji Swami put forward during his lifetime of 45 years when he started giving lectures. And what he used to say, car moves because of its own dynamism property. Petrol, gasoline doesn't do anything. Wait a second, what are you talking about now? I mean, if there's no gasoline, car cannot move. And gasoline is there, that's why car moves. No, he said, because the car has infinite atomic particles, and those particles combined together have dynamism property, and at this point they are supposed to move from point A to point B. At the time, gasoline was instrumental cause. At the time, me as a driver was an instrumental cause. So people used to make fun. People used to make fun of Gurudev Singh Kanji Swami that, oh, Songad cars, they are moving without petrol. They can probably move on water. Now, if somebody says that gasoline is the reason for car to move, okay, put the gasoline in your mouth. You should be running too, right? Sure, you'll be running to the hospital yourself, right? No. So every substance has its own dynamism property which makes them move, and those are two, soul and matter. So for example, I'm sitting on the back of my chair. We're sitting back of my chair this way. Soul and matter, my body, both are sitting on the back. Now, my soul decided, me as a soul decided that I would like to move from point A to point B. And at the same time, my body particles also decided to move from point A to point B. And so I moved towards the computer screen right now. Two independent substances move together. Soul by itself moved, matter by itself moved, and what I see as soul and matter, they both are moving, so I moved. That's what I'm telling. That's what I believe. But this is the very, very, very microscopic point to understand. And as I said, when we come to that definition of attributes, we will be going a lot more in detail. This is just kind of a flavor that what we are going to have in the future coming up, you know. So medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time, they are stationary. They don't move at all. They are, since time infinite, they are exactly the same way they are there. They don't move. Okay. Then there is called interactive capacity, interactive property. This interactive property is a capacity of soul and matter only. Remaining four elements, four substances, they don't have interactive property. There's a spelling mistake over here. It should be PRO. Okay, sorry. So, interactive capacity means me as a soul, he is a soul, and he is a fruition of old karma coming. Fruition of old karma is making everything ready for me to create the situation for me, to create unfavorable situation for me, fruition of karma, that I get angry. Me becoming angry and fruition of the old material karma, anger producing karma, they both are independent in nature. They both are independent in nature. But I have an interactive capacity, so I interact with this fruition of karma. Because I interact there, that's why fruition of karma came, and I got involved with that, and that's why I became angry. Some guy said, I'm a very quiet person generally. Only with somebody bothers me, then I become angry. Well, I'm like that too. Everybody is like that. Nobody is born angry. Situation is created, one joins there, he becomes angry. Situation is created, one becomes egoistic, he creates his ego. Situation is created and he becomes possessive and he starts having the possession with the alien objects. A situation is created, one becomes deceitful nature and he becomes deceitful natured person. So this is the interactive capacity. This only present between soul and matter. And actually, this is the reason. Interactive property is a reason that all this transmigratory cycle is generated. All this worldly affair is generated. I am enemy with you because you did this and that. I got involved with you. I created my rage. Or you are my closest friend and everything, and I can't live without my friend and everything. So I have my inclination of attachment towards that substance. So soul and matter, they have interactive property. Matter also does the same thing. How? Let's take one example. Here I am becoming angry. Because here there is a fruition of the old material karma coming in fruition, and as a result I become angry. This fruition, this karma giving fruition, they get dissipated. Here I am angry. Here there are other material karma in the vicinity of me. This karma particle needs to get converted into anger producing karma. But they're looking for somewhere, some conscious element having anger within as an instrumental cause, and this karma particle will get converted into anger producing karma and get stuck to the soul. We need to have explained all this thing with the figure and everything. And as I said, and I promise you, when we come to this one, we'll be just having all those things in a greater detail. Just right now, you have to understand these are the properties present. We are dividing into two forms. All the substances in two different divisions from different perspective. I know there are lots of questions coming in your mind. I know. Hang on to that. Many space point and having only one space point. Soul has an innumerable space point. Matter can have one space point, innumerable space point, or infinite space points. Medium of motion and medium of rest, they have the innumerable space point. And the space, Akash, has infinite space point. So they are called more than one space point, so many space point. There are 5 substances. And the time element has only one space point. And time element has a one space point, and it also does not, it's a formless, and it also does not move. It is non-living also. So there's no dynamism property, no interactive property, non-living, formless, is the time element. Okay, then comes one and more than one. Medium of motion is one alone. Medium of rest is one alone in the whole universe. And space is one in comprising this universe and transcosmic space also. The space element covers the cosmic space and transcosmic space, but it's one only in number. Now, more than one means soul substance are infinite in numbers. Matter particles are infinite times infinite in numbers. And time elements are innumerables in number. When we are coming to those specific substances, after we are done with this general substance chapter, thereafter we'll be talking specific chapters about soul, then matter, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time individually. So at that time, all this thing will be discussed in a greater detail at the time. And the conscious element means Chetana is present in the soul only, and non-conscious element is present only in the rest of the five, because they don't have capacity to think, they don't have capacity to know, they don't have knowledge attribute. Only soul has knowledge attribute. So this is the way we can divide 6 substances in different patterns. That just simply explains to me how these universal substances exist in all the things. Having gone through that, let's change our track and just say soul's self-quartet. Atmana Swachatushtai. This is again a very important topic. Now we are just talking from the soul's perspective. Of course, later on, we will have to have from all the 6 substance perspective, but we are talking only souls. Because out of 6 substances, what am I interested in? I'm not interested in medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time and matter. I am me. Show me who I am. So Acharya Bhagavan says, okay, I'm going to show you who you are. So Swadravya, self-natured substance. Substance which is in identical relationship with its own attribute of knowledge, etc., and also with its own modes, is called Swadravya, self-substance. This self-quartet has 4 things: Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, and Bhav. Substance, area, attributes, and modes. So how are they coming? So first is substance. For substance perspective, that substance is having identical relationship with its own attributes and mode. Means if you take one mode out and you just said, I would like to take this mode out from me, that means that attribute comes out, that means the soul substance get lost. But since time infinite, any substance of the universe never got lost, never got destroyed, they remain same, eternal existence. So this is the self-substance, substance with its own self. Then comes Swakshetra, the self area. I have my capacity.
Kiritanko,
Yes.
I did not get the Swadravya explanation.
Okay. Swadravya means now we are talking Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, and Bhav. Dravya means this substance. Substance exists because of self only, does not have any relationship with any other substance in the universe.
So no outside force, no outside activity at all.
No,
Is what you're
activities
saying?
are there. Remember.
It's all within. The substance has to be all within.
Substances on modes also, but they are because of its own nature.
Okay.
Substance creates its own mode. I cannot do anything to you. You can't do anything to me. You can't do anything to your children. Your children cannot do anything to you. You can't do anything to your in-laws and everything. They everybody does. They are doing their own activity in their own sphere, and it appears that I'm helping somebody. But my sphere of action is within me only. My sphere of action is limited to my own substance, my own area, my own attributes, and my own mode. These four things we are talking. That
Right. So let me back up. So you're saying in that example that you cannot do anything to me. So swadravya is that whole thing,
yes,
or what you're explaining one by one is part of it.
yeah. So we are taking the whole soul substance and divide into four parts.
So you're saying one part is swadravya.
One part is from the substance perspective we are looking. Other thing we are going to look from the area perspective. Third thing we are going to look from the attributes perspective.
Okay.
We are going to look from the modal perspective. All those things tells me that my sphere of action gets limited up to my boundary also only. I cannot function anything beyond my boundary.
Okay.
Sure,
Thank you.
my sphere of action is occurring over here. Your sphere of action is occurring over here. It appears that they are both coincidentally appears to be helping each other. But in fact, they never do help each other. It appears that way.
Okay.
My temple needs donation, and I wrote a check today. So my temple got donation because I wrote a check, not necessarily. Why? Because the check was supposed to be written today by me no matter what. Temple was supposed to get the check no matter what. And it appeared that they both are coinciding, and that's why I wrote a check. That's why temple got the money.
Okay.
They both had their own actions occurring within their own sphere.
Okay.
The child is hungry right now. Child's sphere of action says, I am hungry. Mother's sphere of action says, you know what? She has an inclination to cook the food right now. So this cooking food inclination of mother and child getting food is two different things. But child is hungry and mom gave the food. Appears to so close together that it appears that because of mother, child got the food. Child was supposed to get it, mom was supposed to give. Just there was correlation seen, and with that correlation, we just said, "Oh my God, that's because of me it happened." No, nothing happened because of me. It was supposed to happen that way. If I was not there as a mother, child will be getting food somehow if he's supposed to get the food. So those kind of things we have to think. So first is substance with itself. Then we are taking substance with its own area. This own area that it cannot work beyond its own area. So soul maintains self in its own uncounted space point, asankhya pradesh. These space points are the same as that of cosmic space, means lokakas, praman, asankhya pradesh. This is little kind of a complicated word that we are putting there. The cosmic space has innumerable space points, uncounted space point. And soul also has uncounted space point. They both are same in number. What happens? Some soul, or at the time of liberation, when he is becoming Siddha right now, he still has some karma remaining to be dissociated from him. And at that time, some of these souls, they will expand the space points to the degree of same as cosmic space. Cosmic space has an innumerable space point, and the soul will expand all the way up to that area. Remember, cosmic space, as we said, cosmic space includes our world with 7 continents, or whatever continents you want to put it in, that continents and all the 9 planets in the sun system, and Milky Way with infinite sun system and everything, and then heaven and hell and all those things. That picture that we saw, we have gone through that universe picture, that so that the universe has innumerable space point, and soul, some of the soul who are getting liberated, some occasional soul, they still have some karma left over, so they can expand all the way up to cosmic space transiently and dissociate all the karma. Then they find themselves, and then the soul goes to liberation. These are called Kevali Samudgat, if you have heard that word. Kevali Samudgat means the soul takes the shape of the whole cosmic space. That means it says that soul has a number of space points equivalent to same as cosmic space. All right, next. Swakal means this nature of a self-timing. What does it say? One which does not get separated from his own eternal nature and also forever, has modes in their own sequential order generating at their own given specific time, is a swakal. It's a very, very long sentence. We need to break it down slowly. This soul substance has a substance, infinite attributes, and each attribute has modes of its own occurring every moment. As we told before, blink of an eye, there are innumerable time units pass by, and innumerable means 10 raised to 49 and beyond. That many time units pass by in a blink of an eye. So, if you just consider the time infinite in the past and time infinite in the future, then these modes will keep on coming one after another, after another, after another, keeps on coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. Whether I'm sleeping or when I'm awake, whether I'm eating, whether I'm running, whatever happens, those modes keeps on coming. Not only they keep on coming, but they keep on coming in their own specific order. The mode which came to me right now, it may not came back in the same form in the future or in the past it was. So unique form of modes get generated right now, and they come in sequential order again and again and again and again and again and again since time infinite in the past, and will go in the time infinite in the future. So this is called self-timing. This time means mode. And then last one is swabhav, means my own pure attributes. Eternal nature of infinite attributes staying with shelter of their own substance is known as swabhav. Now, out of these 4 things, if we look at it, what it is, this is the substance, this is the area of the substance, this is the modes of the substance, these are the attributes of the substance. So again, we are looking at the soul, we're looking at the substance, attributes, and modes from different perspectives. That's all it is. We have gone through all these things in a different detail, in different form. Now they are just saying from self-quartet perspective that soul has its own substance, own area, own time and own characteristics or on attributes. So it's looking from different perspective. Why we are taking these things? Because these words will come in the future. When we discuss further things, this literature will throw these words to us. So we have to have some idea that, yes, I have heard those words, I know what it means, and so I don't get lost when Gurudev is giving lectures for those things. So just what we are doing is building ourselves, that I'm looking at the soul as a substance from different perspective, different area, and all those things. So that way, my idea about substance becomes very solid. Because remember, this is the base building. I would like to build my building, which is a shatter-proof, which is earthquake-proof, which is going to remain there forever. So my characteristic building is there. Okay. Then, from substance perspective, living. One second, let me see. Okay, yeah. So now we are talking substance perspective. We are talking that we can say living and non-living means conscious element of the soul and non-conscious element like remaining 5. Then it says area perspective, substance is biggest from which substance is biggest from one area, from the area perspective. Now we are talking little bit same thing. We are talking now substance at area, time, and then we'll talk about attributes also. So from area perspective, which substance has the biggest area? Substance having biggest area is a space, because space is cosmic and transcosmic. Lokakash and alokakash is the biggest substance from area perspective. Now I'm going to throw the question to you. Maybe somebody can answer. From area perspective, which is the smallest substance out of 6? Can somebody give me an answer? From area perspective, which one is a smallest, which one occupies the smallest area?
Samay?
So, yes, you are right. Very good. Very good. Who said that?
Sanjay.
Sanjay bhai. Very good. Yeah. So time unit, Kal, is the smallest of the smallest substance because it occupies only one space point. In the whole cosmic and transcosmic space, there are infinite amount of space points are there, but only samay, time unit, time substance is a one, and it occupies only one space point. So it's the smallest, right? Okay, so we know the biggest is a space, means Akash, and smallest is Kal. Now, from time perspective, what does it say? From time perspective, which substance is present for the longest time? Who can give the answer? Which substance is present since the longest time?
I think that would be Atma,
Okay.
your soul.
All right.
Because it's always there for time infinite, even though it changes.
Okay. Number one. But there's more than that. Who else?
Akash. Okay.
Akash. Okay. Who else? All 6 universal substances, right? They are there for time infinite in the past, will remain there forever. They will never change. They will remain immutable. They are their eternal existence, right? So all the substances, they are present for longest time. So each substance exists since time infinite. Each substance has infinite mode with infinite time. So every substance is hanging around since time infinite. Not only soul, not only matter, everybody, right? And in the past, this gives little curvy ball is thrown over here. Each substance exists in time infinite. That's true. But each substance has infinite modes with infinite time. When infinite time the substance is existing, means this each substance has infinite modes within. They're sitting within. Ocean is there, and ocean is having infinite amount of waves within. And when the time comes, that wave gets generated, then get disintegrated, and another wave comes and generated, disintegrated. Same way, my modes are also infinite in nature. What happens? I'm the soul substance. Mode got generated, got disintegrated, merged with the substance. Another mode came from the substance, generated, got disintegrated, got dissolved into the soul substance. For example, let's take a gold with us. Gold is a substance. Gold has its own infinite modifications occurring. Out of infinite modification, we'll take 3 or 4 only. I bought a gold coin, Canadian maple leaf, 99.9% pure gold. So that gold is in the mode of pure gold form right now. Now, I made a ring out of it. So the mode of ring got generated from the gold. I didn't like the ring, so I broke it, and the gold got merged into the ring, got merged into the gold. From another mode came, and that was my necklace. Necklace was another mode with the gold. I didn't like it, so I broke it. So that necklace also went back into the gold. Then the third mode got generated. I got a bracelet out of it. So bracelet or necklace or ring, they are the different forms of the gold. Gold is always there. Gold was present in the ring also. Gold was present in the necklace also. Gold was present in the armband also. Everywhere gold was present, but they were the modes. And when it got destroyed, disintegrated, it just came back as a gold. So similarly, substance has infinite modes within, and they keep on coming in sequential order, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, for time infinite. So now the third bullet says, in the past, infinite time units passed by, and the future, infinite times infinite time units will be coming. And this is true for all the substances. So how long am I existing? I'm existing since time infinite, but how long will I be remaining in existence? Time infinite times infinite in the future. So it just gives us the idea that who I am and what is infinity and what's an eternal soul substance. Now, from attribute perspective, now we see all the substances have same amount of attribute. They are infinite in numbers. Remember, see, from the substance perspective, we saw living, non-living. From area perspective, we saw who is the biggest area, who is the biggest area, who is the smallest area. From time perspective, we said that infinite time units pass by and infinite times infinite time units will come. And now attribute. So this is the same extension of the soul's self quartet that we saw. Substance, area, time, and attribute. So same thing, substance, area, time, and attribute. Now we are saying attribute. How many attributes are present in a given substance? A given substance is infinite attribute present within. And exactly all the substances are same number of attribute. They are different forms. Matter has a different form of attributes. Me as a soul has a different form of attribute. Medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time, they have their own specific attribute, but number of attributes are same. They don't change. Okay, all right. How far is the time? Oh, we are already about the time. I'm sorry. We kept on going and going forever. So now next time we are going to see few points common in all 6 universal substances. We'll be talking, and then we'll be coming to an end. Most likely next week we'll be finishing this one, and then we'll start different topic there. Okay, any questions so far?
Uncle,
Yeah.
when you talked about time, you said past was just infinite, but future is infinite times infinite.
Yeah,
Why is it infinite times infinite for the future?
because whatever time that you have passed so far, that is minuscule amount of time units you have passed so far. Even though it is extremely huge amount of time that we passed by in the past. But compared to the future, it's just practically minuscule.
That's why you said that. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay. It just explains the vastness of it. Once we understand the vastness of it, then Acharya Bhagavan says, I don't want you to get confused about it, because so what? Infinite and everything, we talk infinite times infinite and everything. It means nothing when you self-realize your soul, when you get a self-experience, when you get samyak darshan, when you get self-realization, everything, all this infinite becomes kind of no value, because now I'm getting engrossed within myself. We just are explaining all this universe and everything, how long they are there and all that. And slowly, then we are going to converge on our soul substance and talk to about soul substance only.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay.
કિરીટભાઈ, કિરીટભાઈ,
Yeah.
આ તમે દ્રવ્ય, ક્ષેત્ર, કાળ ને ભાવ કહ્યું.
Yeah.
What do we call that in Gujarati?
Dravyana Swachatushtai.
Chatushtay. Okay.
Chatushtay means 4. Chatus means 4. Chatushtay, 4 things.
Okay.
Dravyana Swachatushtai. Barabar?
બરાબર.
Okay. All right. Then we'll do the closing now. And if there is any question, we can entertain. Otherwise, we can do closing. Okay. Javani ke gyan se suje lokalok, sovani mastaka namo sada deta hu dog. 9 times Namoka mantra. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Namo Arantana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Alan, Namo Jam, Namo Le Soshanam. Jai Jinendra, Mitchayan Dukram, Bhul Chuk Thayada Maaf Karjo. Please forgive me if I made mistake, and let me know if I made mistake somewhere. I'm prone to mistake, so somewhere on the line, if I did, so please let me know. Okay.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai
Thank you.
Jai Jinan.